All right, guys. So just hopped off of my first sales call, client call, discovery call. I'm not sure exactly what to call it with a client. And wow, I feel really good. Very, very. I think it was a success in a lot of ways. There was one hiccup that I definitely need to solve, but it's really encouraging to actually get to talk to somebody real and to be like, hey, like this is the idea. What do you think about it? And get a lot of their thoughts. Oh, don't mind my plastic bag diffuser for my light. Expert content creator here. But that has been really cool to see, and I hope something comes out of it. The biggest objection that they had is that my process, how I do it on my page, obviously, is that I have access to my page, so I can just reach out to people directly from my page. She didn't want that. And I imagine that's going to be a pretty big objection from everybody. They're all going to be like, no, I don't want you to access my page. Like, which, to be very fair, valid. Like, I'm a random dude in, a different country. So I can understand that. Let me close this real quick. So I can understand that. So the way I'm trying to troubleshoot that is I'm thinking the best way is I'm going to make a partnership Instagram page. So a separate Instagram page. I'm going to ask them to follow the page. And I'm also going to ask them to make a short video, not even like 30 seconds long, to be like, hey, my name is so-and-so, and hey, my name is so-and-so, and this is the page that I use. And this is the page my team uses to reach out to brands that I want to talk to. In case you don't know me, my name is XYZ and I have X amount of followers across X amount of places, and always looking to work with really incredible brands that are doing XYZ in XYZ. So that's going to be like, I wouldn't even call it a VSL, just like a very short, it's mostly for social proof, so that if somebody checks the profile, they can be like, oh, okay, well, like this is legit. I do think it's going to harm things in terms of open rate. I do feel like it's going to make us hit their spam inbox a lot more often. And that part of it is a bit frustrating because it's all going to have to be cold. And the whole thing I liked about these other content creators is that it's kind of lukewarm cold, right? Like it's cold, but like, when you see the Meta verified tick and all these sorts of things, I can take these off now. I was using it for the call. You feel a level of, oh, okay, well, like this person is real, like look at their page, it's great, that kind of thing. So there's going to be a lot more that needs to be overcame in that. But I guess that's the whole point of the trial month. Right? That's the whole point of the trial month. Another thing they were saying is like working with another person and letting them, basically doing all the work for them and then letting them be the one to send the message, like send the first message, until they're like, hey, like this is a lot of work. This is BS. Do you want to just do it? And then I do it because like I would have had enough trust with them. But this specific person didn't seem like she wanted to even add me in her Meta business suite. Even like she seems like really like, no, I don't want anybody else. I wouldn't even let my husband in, which damn crazy. So yeah. At least, every problem has a solution. It's just going to have different trade-offs and drawbacks. But at the very least, I'm very glad to have talked to somebody, booked a legit call with somebody. Oh my gosh. 16, 17 days ago, whenever I started this, that felt so far away. And look where we are, boys. Look where we are. So it looks like this might be the person that I end up doing my trial month with. A month of free services for both of us to kind of see how it goes. Again, I am a little frustrated because it feels like her restrictions might limit the success of things. But we move. there's ways to move around it. There's ways to move around it. So let's see. Let's see. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm wondering, should I like bot followers under the page just so it has like a little bit more than like 0? Is that weird? I should look into that. Just to have some social proof, because I feel like it would be weird to have 0 followers, right? Like, wouldn't that be kind of odd? Damn, I need to think of all those elements. Like, if we get it meta verified, if we get a few followers, if we get her video on the page and maybe a few posts kind of explaining her content and, you know, case studies too, that would be kind of sick. I think there's something there. So yeah, a little bit more work than I thought, but you know, this is another reason to add to the onboarding fee. So if somebody does present with that, I'll be like, oh, hey, no problem. Just will need to, I'm thinking too far in the future, to be very fair, right? But like in the future, when I'm actually working with people for money, right? I can then be like, hey, this, you know, hey, like this is how we usually do it, where we'd have somebody like you give me access, I log in, if anything, you can kick me out, that's no problem. And we go from there. But if it is you're uncomfortable about that, no problem. What we can do is we can make up another Instagram page. You'll just have to do X, Y, and Z. And also you'll need to do this, and this. And that will be part of our onboarding fee, right? Like, and that adds to the onboarding fee. But if not, you don't have to. And yeah, that's kind of the sauce, the sauce on that. So I think that's really good. I feel really confident about that, actually. Like that makes me feel, don't mind my towel. I don't know, that just looks so off-the-timing. But I feel good on that. Really excited about this. And we'll see. So I have another call with her on Friday to just tackle that objection that I was talking about. And we will go from there. Take care. Wish me luck. Hoping you the best in your endeavors.